Flooded roads and a family rescued from raging water as heavy rain wreaks havoc in the north of the island. In the wake of a student killing, the education minister says metal detectors not the answer. And in sports, the Windies whip Afghanistan again to claim the ODI series.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC Newsnight, starting now.
Very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Broom, and this is Newsnight. In our top story tonight, at least one person had to be rescued in the north of the island as heavy rains early this morning caused havoc, flooding homes, washing out roadways, and generally making life miserable for those on that end of the island.
When I woke up this morning, maybe somewhere after 6, 7, we had the rain going on. Up to now, it has, been heavy and it's been coming down a bit, but it was steady rain whole the entire morning.
And that was the situation in Maycox Terrace, St. Lucie, one of the areas worst affected by the heavy rains. Resident Raymond Wilkinson says the last time it was this bad was 8 years ago when flood waters rose an estimated 6 feet.
This is like a basin down here, so you get the water coming down here, and there's only one outlet around here, so everything collects down here and it rises up.
In fact, St. Lucie MP Peter Phillips says while 2 homes in Maycox were flooded out, other areas were affected as well.
Areas like in Pike Corner where the bridges were actually overflown and water had begun to go through various houses in the area. We got reports coming out of Mount Gay. We got reports coming out of Pick Prince and Crab Hill as well. Crab Hill, the houses in Crab Hill has been threatened.
The Coast Guard was among the emergency areas called into Maycox. Petty Officer David Wilcher and his team were the first responders on the scene.
Our main focus at that point in time was safety of the personnel because they had a 1-year-old child involved. So it was in our best interest to safeguard that life first and then concentrate on salvaging any material that might be there afterwards.
Home Affairs Minister Edmund Hinkson accompanied Minister Phillips as he visited residents and toured the affected areas.
We're approaching mid-November, and even though clearly, theoretically, it is near the end of the hurricane season, this just shows you what is the result of the climate change that we have experienced in Barbados, in the Caribbean, within recent times. None of us would have predicted that it would have been so bad.
Both ministers say Prime Minister Motley has been kept abreast of the situation and cleanup efforts will begin as soon as possible. Well, we're also hearing tonight that Barbadians could be facing shortages of some vegetables and possibly higher prices this Christmas as a result of this morning's flooding. That's because farmers in the north were among those hit hard by the heavy rains and resulting high waters. These were the scenes that greeted farmers in St. Lucie this morning. Fields of sweet peppers, cucumbers, okras, onions, carrots, and assorted fruit trees all submerged. These vegetables and fruit account for a large portion of what is consumed on the island, meaning possible shortages during the usual bumper Christmas period. President of the Spring Hall Farmers Association, Hamilton Corbin, tells CBC News they were already reeling from the impact of drought conditions when the rains came, and this is a significant financial setback.
Well, I can say that within an average of about $150,000 between the actual time that we were started to plant early in January, even before January, maybe December last year, coming into the drought period and to now.
Mr. Corbin says what the 15-member organization needs now is help from government so its members can get back on their feet.
I have four employees. I had to cut down their days, and you're barely surviving to keep families living, because this is not just about somebody that has 2 beds to plant a little season and chives. You have people that you employ also, and therefore it affects the community in the sense of the employment that you generate for that, and then you extending that, families are affected.
The farmers say their plight is at a critical stage. Well, the Barbados Meteorological Services issued several advisories today. First, there was a flash flood watch, and that was upgraded to a flash flood warning at 10 this morning. So joining us now to tell us the latest is Carrie-Ann O'Neill. Carrie-Ann, it was quite a day weather-wise, wasn't it?
Indeed, Lisa. Good evening, Lisa. Good evening, everyone. Well, today in Barbados, we certainly had lots of clouds, showers, thunderstorms, and gusty winds. Now, this resulted in flooding. As a result, we had that flash flood warning, and it has been extended until 6 in the morning. Now, what we can see now from our satellite feed is the tail end of a tropical wave along with a trough system generating lots of moisture across the island. Now, we are in fact expecting additional rainfall later on into tonight as well as tomorrow. Now, we are urging residents in flood-prone areas to exercise caution, be on the alert, and to take the necessary precautionary measures. And we are expecting that the clouds, showers, and thunderstorms, in fact, will remain with us. The Met Office, they recorded 12.4 millimeters of rainfall up to 6 this evening. And for the residents in St. Lucie, well, they had up to 9 inches of rainfall, and we are expecting further rainfall later on tonight. So everyone be safe. I will have additional information later on in the weather news. Lisa?
Thanks very much, Carrie-Ann. Certainly we want everybody to stay safe.